Hey there planners, welcome back to the channel, Creating with Sarah. So today's video is going to be super fun. I'm going to tell you why the Big Happy Planner, why it's my favorite, some tips, and maybe this is your next planner for the new spring release. So if you guys want to check out this video, then keep on watching. So hey there, welcome to the channel. So glad that you're here. I hope at the end of the video you will consider subscribing, not only because you enjoyed this video, because you got some helpful tips on why using a Big Happy Planner. So let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Happy Planner size out of the three, the mini, the classic, or the big? So today I'm going to share with you guys all of the Big Happy Planners that I've used in the past. I have 7 here to share with you. So the first planner that I want to talk about is the teacher planner. It is the first one that I ever experienced using, so we're going to talk about this one first. Okay, so this is such a cute planner. I love the big pencils on the front. It kind of looks like a cute notebook. This cover here is super cute, and this is for a teacher, and typically Happy Planner teacher releases happen in the back to school time, right before back to school. Actually, it's like in the summertime. And this one actually came from Target, and it is one that was given to me when I was on squad. So it was my first time, you know, using a big Happy Planner. So the cover is really cute. I love the vibes, except the fact that because it's teacher related, which is fine. I love teachers. I'm so thankful for teachers. So this one said the influencer of a good teacher, but I put little stickers here and I put mom can never be erased. So I thought that was super cute, and I love that because if you guys are new also to my channel, just a quick little background, I started planning because of my kids. I have 2 daughters, and when they were in elementary school, it was like super busy with all the things and extra activities after school. So that's how I got into planning. So I planned in this in 2019 to 2020, and it is Frankenplan. It does have these gold metal discs. This is probably the only Happy Planner that I have that has metal disc. That's also something that I don't typically use, or if you don't know about me, but I'm definitely a plastic disc user when it comes to Happy Planner. But I kept this one on here because it kind of, I don't know, it suits the planner very well, and who knows, maybe I will get into metal disc more often. Let me know which team you are. This was an 18-month planner, I believe. And so it starts from 2019 to 2020. So it's Frankenplan the first half of 2019. And then I came back to use it in 2020, which we all know what happened around that time. I was teaching my kids from home. Not a teacher, I'm a mom. So yeah, I had to really work that out at that time. But anywho, I love the teacher layout. So let's go ahead and open this up, and I'll share with you guys a little flip through. I do have an entire flip through of this, a couple of videos on this particular planner. But it has a pocket here. I have some old school stuff in there. I really love this planner. I really enjoyed it, especially for like, you know, this is great for not only for busy moms, but homeschooling. It's just really cute. So I had the year calendar here for when I always like using these pages to highlight when my kids have no school or bell schedules, just to set out in advance of like what we can do during vacation times and things like that. And then you have these pages, which I typically use this for sick days. I had a little note here for using it for field trips, meetings, no school, tardy days, stuff like that that I could reference to in case I needed to, you know, work out their absence with the school. The best part about a Big Happy Planner is the space. You have so much space for decorating and planning, and the view is just really great. I just love this size for that. And so here's a monthly view, which is really cute. I love back to school time. It's probably like the best time to get into monthly planning and decorating because there's just so much going on. Okay, so I want to share with you guys a quick example of how I fell in love with the layout for my first time using a big planner, which again, this is a teacher one, so it came with the teacher layout, and I absolutely love the customization of this. 1, the customization. 2, it has lines. I am a planner who loves lines, And so I use this here to plan out meal planning because I'm the main provider for that. And then this section was ERIN's appointments, PTA at the time, I was in PTA, and then any notes. Now you see that on this column here, these are the days of the weeks, and it only goes up until Friday. And then this up here is your 7 sections. So honestly, you can switch it up and put your days of the weeks here and then put your categories here if you'd like. Or if you were Frankenplanning, you could definitely take this as like a work week planner or a busy stay-at-home mom type of planner where you're putting, you know, your busy week is Monday through Friday, and then you're gonna Frankenplan some bullet journaling style note pages for Saturday and Sunday, or using maybe like daily sheets for those days, just depending on your lifestyle and if you're busy or not. But I absolutely love this, especially for meal planning, because you can see everything at a view. I feel like it's very streamlined, and it's not a lot of decorating. You know, I'll show you a couple of pages, but basically you want to work on your categorization. You can decorate there more. You can decorate here on the side, and then adding some cute deco or quote stickers to fill in those white spaces. Okay, so I'm going to quickly share just a couple of flip throughs of the weekly view. So here's an example. I started to change and play around with the categories with my children. So I only have 2 kids. So I was like, I'm going to give them each a column because they both have, you know, different things. They're in different grades. So that's an idea. You can also have a column for weather in case you live in an area that you have to prep weather for your kids going to school. For me, it's rain here in California. When we have rainy weather, I need to make sure that they have umbrellas and things like that because the schools are built here a little bit different than what I'm used to in Texas. So anywho, then I have like, again, if you're part of like PTA or mom's group at the schools, or you put together the parties and all that, you could have like a section for that, places that you have to go that's outside of, you know, your kid's schedule and things like that, and then notes or email column. It's just really perfect for me and my lifestyle, and it's what really made me love using a big. Okay, so here's another example here. Again, more decorating on the categories and not so much, you know, in the planning portion. In this section, you can also have fun playing with all your pens and markers, especially your colored ones, and not do so much of stickers, but more of using your pens and markers for planning. So I thought this was really cute. I love this planner. So it was the first planner that I got to experience in, and it was great for my life in the time of season. So I'll go ahead and share with you the second half of this was Frankenplanning in 2020, and I think I put a video on this. This is kind of a DIY kind of a thing. I took each month that we were at home, and this was really great for me just to do like a monthly section or monthly view because we had a lot of emails and printables. And so this comes into the second reason why I love the Happy Planner is because of its size. It is a 8.5 by 11, so it's really great to put all your printables in from schools or extra activities that you have outside the home, like with church or anything really. And so the third reason why I love this planner, not only because of the size, because of the layout, which we've only talked about one, but we'll go into that more later. The size of it and Frankenplanning it is like my favorite option when it comes to Happy Planner. I think the big is the best for Frankenplanning this. So this is something great to do half of the year in a teacher layout just to try it out. And then half of the year you can categorize it by a monthly section, which I have the dividers here that I've decorated personally. That is something I've always done with my planning is I take the dividers and decorate them. This one here I did decorate a little bit, but I took some post-it notes off of there because it had like important information, which the next one does too. So I can't really show you a whole lot in this section because it still had a lot of my kids' information in there. And personally, I don't like to share a lot of that on the internet, so I hope you guys understand. And so in the back portion is where you can put all your accessories, your folders and notes and everything. So definitely enjoyed using this planner, especially around the time that I started using it. It was when my kids were a little bit younger, and so it was really great for that. Okay, so now that you guys have learned a little bit about me using the Big Happy Planner and why I loved it, my whole experience with it, I'm going to share with you guys 2 planners here that I started in 2021. Now this I kind of did a little experimenting as well. I'm always a planner who loves experimenting, especially in my lifestyle and how I like to plan. I like to categorize the things that I like to plan or what I'm focusing on. So this was like a trial and error sort of thing. And so I have like part 1, if you will, and part 2 of my planner. Actually, I have a part 3. 2021, just a quick talk through of why my planners here in 2021 were categorized in 3 parts, is that I started with this one, and my main focus for planning is being a mom, a stay-at-home mom, and running my home and everything, and then my wellness. It was something that I wanted to focus on. I'm big on wellness and fitness, and so I wanted to Frankenplan those sections into this planner, and the disc system is, perfect for that. So again, a little trial and error, and it was very tricky, but you could see here that I had 2 months, and this is all the way up until May. So I had a month for my wellness goals, and then a month for my home life stuff. So that went all the way till May. So I have 2 dividers of each month. It wasn't really working out for me after May, so I decided to do a dedicated big planner for just home life stuff, and then a dedicated planner for just health, which I really like to call it health because at that time I got COVID for the first time, and it was a hot mess. It was later, but this was dedicated to wellness and fitness, which I was on it that year. And ever since I had COVID, it's kind of gone off the trail. But anywho, that's not in this video. But yeah, that's why I have 3 separate planners. We're going to talk a little bit about this planner, and I'm going to show you some other layouts that I used for the first time in a Big Happy Planner. So again, because I love the teacher layout, it gave me flexibility to plan out my fitness goals in this layout. So let me just get to a page that I can share with you on how I use this for fitness and wellness. Okay, so up at the top, you remember me saying that you could customize the top with the days of the week, and that's what I did here, Monday through Sunday. And then over here, I picked my categories on what I wanted to focus on. So I have run, I have body elements, like if I wanted to work on arms or cardio, so like weights or cardio, and then what mood and recovery that I'm doing for my body, like resting, and then water, and then food logging at the bottom. So again, I just loved using the teacher layout because of the space, and it's definitely more functional yet fun at the same time. So I still have some sticker elements here up at the top. You always want to get used to the layout and give it a couple of chances. When it comes to planning, I always think about function first, and then I get the fun stuff in later. So I think about the stickers and where I can, play more. And it's basically, again, up at the top in your categorization. You can use smaller icon stickers if you need to, and then adding quotes, and just that's how I played with this layout. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of pages here. Again, it's all the same, and if you've followed me for quite some time when I was planning in this and doing plans with me's, then you kind of know a little bit of my background. But this is February, and again, I just absolutely love the big because of more planning space, more decorating space, and adding in personal printables if I needed to. Here's a look at January for my home life stuff. So this is my monthly view. which is really cute. I only focus on things that I need to look at in the month, and mainly it's kid stuff, appointments, birthdays, things that we're celebrating, school holidays, and things like that. And then when it comes to decorating, I always just try to fill in the gaps. So I'm always working on over here where where the month doesn't start to add stickers, or if I don't use the sidebar for anything, I could use for stickers. And at the bottom, I try not to cover up my dates as much as possible. And then also what I love is adding extra accessories, of course, just to get some pre-planning in. Here's a look at the dashboard layout, which was, I think, the second layout that I used in a big happy planner that I absolutely loved. It gives me great space. I think this is really great for home life. I know that this has changed quite a bit with new happy planners that came out. So this one could be older than the new ones that came out. And what I mean by that is that they have changed this whole errands portion to buy. I think they've taken out this section, which is calls and emails, and then this portion here may be different. Again, I'm not quite sure, but I know this is a layout that they have kind of customized a little bit into their new planners. I'm super excited to see what they're going to be releasing in the spring. Yeah, so this is really great for home life, because even if you don't use it for these things in your life, like say that you're not as busy, you can definitely customize this. You can definitely have this portion to be more of your decorative area, or you can implement things instead of using multiple planners. Like say, for instance, you could totally use this for like faith or wellness or something like that. Especially here, I would use this for tracking my fitness workouts if I needed to use this space for other planning within the day. But this was another one of my favorite layouts. Just flip through a couple of pages here so you guys can get an idea of how I used the dashboard as far as like planning decoratively. So here's another monthly view for home life in February. And here are some cute pages. I was doing like a princess theme. Here I was using stickers and stamps, or how to use stamps in your planner. A look at my planner when I used it for wellness and home life put together. I did Frankenplanning it with two separate layouts that I absolutely love. Now that you guys kind of have a little bit of a background of how I use the Big Happy Planner, I'm going to share with you my favorite best ways to use a big, or how to get started in a big is, again, you can use it for home life. Home life is really great to keep at home because it's not something you're going to carry around with you all the time, because I know this can tend to get a little chunky, but I think it's really great to have something like this for at home. So using it for home life. The second way I think is a health binder or wellness binder, if that's something you're trying to dedicate more time to. I love having something like that separate, especially if you want to dive in more to that, like using a big and printing out things that they get you at the doctor's office. Like I have a lot of personal things in here that the doctors have given me when I got COVID and things like that, or things to lower my cholesterol and stuff like that. This is a great size for that. Again, this is where I kept everything separate when I decided to keep everything separate from my home life stuff. So again, I think this would be a great option to track your wellness or fitness, or what I like to call your health binder. And this is just the rest of my home life one, but I really wanted to show you guys another example on why I like using the big when it comes to the vertical. So typically I'm not a planner who uses the vertical layout. When I do use currently the ERIN CONDREN compact vertical, but it has lines. And so that's another vertical planner that I love. But typically I'm not like the standard vertical in a classic happy planner. I'd rather use it in a big happy planner because I have more space again to write and decorate. So here is another layout that I really love, but only in a big. Here are my last three planners that I've used a big in that I that I think are great for planning in. And so here is a notebook that I put together for school. So again, a big happy planner is the standard 8.5 by 11. So you can put, your syllabus and study notes all in this without worrying about customizing it or cutting it down and all things like that. So I have used this for class. I took classes before COVID started. I was taking them in the spring from 2019 to 2020. So I have used it as a college student. I took it with me. Yes, I did. And I used it for that. So I have, things in there from class. Another way I've used it is by faith planning, and this was something that helped me to change faith differently, because this was probably the only thing that I did not like using faith in was a big planner, because I wanted to be more personal and more freedom. So this was something that I had to adjust in, because if you guys aren't familiar, Happy Planner uses a method called SOAP. Even though it had lines in it, it just wasn't personally to my style and how I'd like to sit down and plan for faith. But that's something I can talk later in another video. But this was another option that you could plan Bible study time in, devotionals, scripture writing, and all that in a faith big happy planner. Lastly is something that if you're into trying to set up a daily planner, or again, you want to Frankenplan something. Again, I think a big happy planner is really great for Frankenplanning because of the space. And so you could change this into a daily planner and then maybe put in the back half of it work stuff. So anything that you're planning on at work or meetings and things like that, like extra notes. I know a lot of things can be more digital nowadays in the work field. But again, you can Frankenplan or set this up into a daily planner, which I have had set this up for a daily planner. So I have, some pre-planning notes here that's all categorized for me. I have like a weekly day schedule. And then on the back side, it has like top priorities and notes. So a lot of functional sheets to put in here. And again, Happy Planner sells these daily sheets. Make sure to check out my recent haul on what to buy from Happy Planner. If you are a beginner to Happy Planner, I share a little bit of tips on that. Okay, planners, that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed me giving you some advice and tips on why a big happy planner and why I love a big happy planner and my experience in it. And again, some of my favorite ways to use this is definitely wellness, meal planning. If you're a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, you have a busy week, you can definitely use some of these layouts to Frankenplan Monday through Friday and then have another section for the weekend. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because you're going to want to see me set up a new big happy planner that I have right here that was in that big HP haul. It's absolutely gorgeous and I can't wait to set this up. So anywho, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and happy planning. Bye.